All right, so I'm prepping this pork butt. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make like pulled pork tacos. I'm gonna pick up some plantains and make some fresh plantain tortillas. I'm gonna spice this up Mexican style. I made a homemade salsa yesterday, so I have like some pork rinds and salsa on the side. But what I have so far is just, I've got vinegar, white vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, some black pepper, and then a ton of sea salt that I put in here. I'm going to add a good amount of cumin. Quite a bit of cumin, actually. Some chili powder. Just a little bit of fresh cumin seeds. And some minced garlic. Stir this all up. I'm going to coat this thing really well. I actually might even pierce it up a little bit just to get more flavor into it. I'll get this entire thing rubbed down really well. I'm gonna wrap it nice and then set it in the fridge, and I'm gonna go like a good 30 hours and I'll pull it out. Really good fat marbling on here. All right, there we go. Smells good. Rub this whole thing down. I like that it's sort of butterflied like that too. Really excited about this. I won't be eating this for at least 30 plus hours from now. Like 7 o'clock in the morning right now, so I'm getting this ready for tomorrow's dinner. Later today I got to go to the market and pick up the plantains. I'm going to pick up some green plantains. It smells good enough to eat already. Okay, so I'm going to take this, rinse my hands really quick. sure if it'll fit in here, but if it will, that'd be nice. There we go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, it's been a good 29 hours. I'm gonna take this out and let it sit for about an hour at room temperature while I get the oven up to about 250, 275. This had a nice layer of fat on one side, and I want that side to be on top while it cooks. There's that fat side. There we go. So like I said, about an hour, maybe 45 minutes, and then I'm going to throw that in the oven. I'm also going to prep the tortillas, plantain tortillas. Usually I buy these and they're green. These ones look ripe, and I've never used ripe plantains before. But with the green ones, what I do is I slice them up and then I boil them first and then peel them. So I'm gonna see if I can skip that process. That's kind of peeled. So I'll take each of these and slice them up like that, and then I'll start to chop them up really fine. If I don't do that, it's like too much work for the bullet. The batter was a bit runny, so I added a good amount of cassava flour. This is a great substitute for baking. Comes from the root of the cassava plant. It's rich in iron too, so it's a really good substitute. And then I'm rolling it out in tapioca starch, which is a starch that's extracted from the cassava root. I'm going to take some of the leftovers and roll out a pizza dough crust. This pizza crust turned out really good. I actually added another layer to it. So now I'm excited about tomorrow's dinner. I'm going to add this pizza seasoning to it. This is Parmesan cheese, salt, garlic, onion, crushed chilies. There we go. Alright, I decided to go a completely different route. I made this pizza crust, but I'm actually going to use it tonight. And what I'm going to do is, I picked up these refried beans. They're traditional organic. It's like 1 gram of sugar and half a cup. I'm going to spread some of this on there. First, I'm going to throw this in the oven for maybe 10 minutes, take it out, and then I'm going to throw it on the stovetop on high heat to start searing the bottom of it. And I'll do beans, and I've got a, for the sauce here, I've got, it's like a chipotle peppers in a tomato sauce. And then I added some hot sauce. So I'll spread some of that down. And then I'm going to get into the pork there and just completely cover it in pork. And then I shredded up some white cheddar and some pepper jack. So I'll coat that in cheese, and then I got my toppings here: green onion, red onion, and some tomatillos. I've got the oven preheating to 550. So once all my toppings are on there, I'm going to throw that in that hot oven for like 8 to 10 minutes. Pull it out, let it cool, and then be time to eat. Oh, the few tortillas that I made, I'm just going to turn into chips, tortilla chips. Brush down some olive oil. This is the moment that I've been waiting for. So I had this in the oven for 4.5 hours. And it's been resting in this foil for another half an hour. So it's been cooking for a good 5 hours. I could have went, maybe a little bit longer, or generally, I think my original plan was to take this out and then finish it off in the air fryer. But since I'm going to be throwing this back into the hot oven, I'm just going to leave it as is. So I'm going to try to pick out all the juicy, tender looking areas. Oh yeah, look at that. So this should be more than enough for the pizza. I really want to douse it with a good layer of this. This is all pretty tender, fall apart. I just took this out of the oven, and now it's got that sort of almost like a bread feel to it. I'm going to give that bottom a nice sear. I got the stovetop heat on high, and while that does that, I'm going to start spreading the toppings on. This stuff here is really sweet and smoky. It's got a hell of a kick to it too. Hopefully with all these other ingredients that'll sort of drown out the heat a little bit. I don't know what made me think of this, but I'll be pretty sad if it's not delicious. It's been a lot of work. Again, this was a naturally aged sharp cheddar and pepper jack. This pan is really hot. Tomatillos. Never cooked with these before. Green onion. Red onion. I'm going to turn the stove off. Oven is preheated to 550. We'll go like 10 minutes. Alright, it's done. Take it out. So I'm going to let this cool, and then in the meantime I'm gonna fry up my tortillas for the chips and then get my salsa and sour cream out of the fridge. cannot believe how hot it is in my kitchen. Alright, so there's the whatever you want to call it, Mexican pizza, taco pizza, I'm not really sure. Alright, now I have no idea what I want to do here. I'm going to put some salsa. In here for the chips. I think I need a bigger plate. And then a little bit of this slaw. This was a tricolor carrot, red and green cabbage. I added olive oil and mayo.